Good morning, and before we start on the Kings Island vlog, so I'm getting ready for the first day for Kings Island. And funny enough how I'm staying at a Days Inn, apparently the fact that they do not serve breakfast, so they gave me like breakfast in a bag, like a water bottle. And let's just see what we got right in here real quick before we start off. I'm gonna pull out real quick, got a breakfast bar. Got fruit punch juice, which I'm probably gonna have that because, me and water stuff get along well. And a granola bar. Well, I know what I'm mainly having for breakfast, and it's not gonna be a whole lot. Oh well, but that's kind of baloney. Whatever. Welcome to day one of the vlog over here at Kings Island, the second of two parks over here.
We are in my home park of Kings Island.
And of course, he had to go out with the beast.
Here, located here in Mason, Ohio. Or Kings Mills, whatever you want to prefer.
This honestly feels so excited. I'm very hyped. So this is the second that we're going to, out of all things, spending 2 days over here. And tell you what, a little different than Cedar Point, but this is still neat. So as far as looking like the crowd so far, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good day so far early on. But
we are in here before the park officially opens at 11. We'll be in it for
10:30.
Early ride time for at 10:30. So a good time.
We got 3 coasters that are early entry, which is Banshee, Orion, and Mystic Timber. So I'm thinking probably do Orion first because the lines for that when the early entry gets in, which actually, as I look right now, that is going on right now. So you know what that means. Time to get in, get our stuff taken care of, head to Orion right off the bat.
What's up, fun?
So we didn't have to wait a whole lot to get into the park and get our Fast Lane Plus bands. So now we are going to head into the big boy that's out there. Start off with a bang, Orion. I will call it a giga. I don't care. People will.
300-foot drop. It is a giga. I don't know where the argument. Why there's a huge argument.
If there is anything 300 feet, it is a giga. I don't care what people say. If it's a 300-foot drop or a 300-foot lift, it is a giga. Who cares? Just enjoy the dang ride. That's all what matters the most. So fight me, peasants. I don't care. I'm newbie here. I am considered. This Banshee's going off in the background there. I am considered the tourist in this time. I don't care. I will call it a giga. Fight me. But here's Delirium here. Hopefully that'll be open earlier on.
Fun flat ride right there. Probably the best flat ride in the park, in my opinion.
Now it's funny because as we did Valraven over at Cedar Point, and sadly not Gatekeeper F's in the chat on that.
Yes.
And it's interesting because this park here is all about the new B&M restraints compared to a mixture of the old hard ones and the new mix. So Kings Island's like, we're going modern. So it should be interesting to see what happens though. So we're gonna take a bit of a detour. Ryan's just I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to be early opening and apparently it's not open. So yeah, let's head over to Banshee. So at least I'll deal with an invert that's got the old and the new now. Also, side note, giant arcade also too for Kings Island as well. We went to Cedar Point. We didn't really record any of the footage, but when it had a small little rain shower, nothing like too fancy, like apparently Cedar Point's arcade was massive. When I mean massive, thing was big, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
That was. They had a virtual bowling alley that was over there. I'm thinking, man, this is next level. So let's head over to Banshee because we saw it open. We're gonna head there right off the bat. So we just did Banshee back row. I gotta say that's pretty dang impressive. One thing I liked though was that little attention to detail where there's that like hear the scream right as you're about ready to go down. Great ride. I disagree. I think right now for like where they say there's a rattle, I don't think that there is, but then again, hey, it could be somewhere, right? So overall, great ride. As of right now, the park is officially open, so I don't know what to do next. That's gonna be the hard part. All right, time to do Delirium. So that should be very interesting to see how that'll go. Fortunately, the one in Cedar Point was down, so oh, this is the regular, so we got to go through the fast lane, which is over here. Should be a good ride though, can't wait. So we just got off of Delirium. which is a Haas pendulum. That was interesting to say the least. That was actually my first time riding one of those, and I guess my only minor complaint I got is, man, that thing really, for personally me, kind of goes after the back a little bit, but that was pretty good. You get some pretty good air though.
It's probably my favorite flat ride in the park.
So
they got some good ones in Coney Mall, but
so now
like a thrill, that's probably the top one right there.
I agree. That was actually pretty good. I thought it was better than expected there. You weren't kidding though. Not much on this crazy spin, but that was good though. So now, when we were on Delirium, we saw Orion was going. So now, let's try to go to Orion now. Hopefully it won't be a massacre on the wait.
We got fast lines, so.
Oh, even for that too though, so. So now we're entering Area 72. Just listen to this.
Did you see that cloud of dust? Yeah, there was no power grid failure. No, sir. You see, I think those meteors aren't going to miss us like they said they would. I think they've already started.
Awesome. Then right on top is the racer. Also like how there's a good shaded area under the track, which is actually very neat. That comes in handy. And then of course when you come through here, they got Flight of Fear.
There she is, right there.
Big boy. I want to tell the stats real quick, Kyle, because I know I bet you know this by heart. 285 feet and 300-foot drop.
287 feet.
Oh, see, I came close.
91 miles per hour. 300-foot drop. You're correct on that.
See, I try to do a little bit of the research. I don't want to look too stupid out here. Also, they got Meteor Canteen over here, which is a little drink station and all that.
It feels so good being the expert here. I was like totally lost at Cedar Point, so this is like...
You're in my shoes now. Congratulations. Right. So, we'll look for some lockers, and then we'll do Orion and Flight of Fear. Also, love the fact of that space, the theme around here. It's actually neat. So, we just did Orion twice, and we did Flight of Fear once. First off,
wow. Two of those rides were in the back row.
Yeah, we did. Well, we did row 3 for the first time for Orion. Very impressive. And then the back row for Orion. Then we did back row for Flight of Fear. I know it's been a few years for you riding it.
Yeah, and I've never ridden it in the very back, so that was a first for me.
That was an experience, huh?
Oh yeah.
I gotta say, for a 90s throwback there, that's pretty impressive. I'm very amazed. Also, I don't know if anyone knows, look, they got a Meteor that has it right here with the smoke.
Yeah,
everything.
Cedar Fair isn't known for its theming, but man, they've really picked it up here the last couple of years. With the last few rides that have opened here, they've done a hell of a job with theming.
Maybe that's a sign to come, right?
Oh yeah.
Hopefully. But oh yeah, also another worth a note too. So the racers, you can see the blue side's not operating, so they only have one side working. Overall, they did a damn good job with this area. I'm pretty impressed. Probably for a person like me, this is all brand new, but for a person like you, I can tell they definitely stepped it up here.
This area used to be called X Base, and then when Orion opened, they renamed it to Area 72. 72 obviously being the year the park opened. A little homage to that, and like you said, amazing job doing it.
So we're gonna leave here. We'll quickly take a little small break, get something to drink and eat and everything, and check out some other stuff, but great start so far. Also love the sound of the racer. You can hear with the lift hill going down too. That's awesome. So we had a little bit of an early lunch over at Miami River Brew House. Gotta say, that was pretty good. Pretty good. And we're gonna get ready to be in line for Mystic Timbers at Kings Island.
Yeah, the food was good. Service was pretty fast. I mean, it wasn't
better than 2 weeks ago for you.
Oh, geez, anything's better than what I dealt with 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they were relatively quick, because I know, like you mentioned right off the bat, well, I don't know how the crowd's gonna be, so
decent crowd, but doesn't look overly crowded, so
yeah. So I enjoyed it. Mill Yellow. We're gonna get our stuff in the lockers, get ready for Mystic Timbers. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. This is probably the biggest coaster I'm looking forward to all this trip. So we did a ride on Mystic Timbers and a Diamondback. Mystic Timbers, first off, impressive, absolutely impressive. I was very impressed, and after all the years I've ridden bad wooden coasters that would jackhammer and beat you up, that was well worth it. Tough to say it's my favorite so far, and I guarantee if I ride the back, that's going to determine it. And then Diamondback, also a good hyper, very good hyper, and it's also the first with the staggered trains. I will agree many things out there that the stagger trains are weird, but I do think you get some killer airtime.
Yeah, I think there was 6 feet in between where we were sitting. I thought we were done with the social distancing thing, but I guess not.
I know, it's crazy. So we're gonna head over towards the Beast. And one thing I will say, like kind of right now, crowd's kind of packed up a little bit, not like earlier, but like just a little bit. Nothing fancy, but just.
Us having fast lane, that'll really save us. It already has on every ride so far.
Especially Diamondback. We looked at Diamondback, and that line was already in the extended queue and everything. I will give Diamondback the credit that he had a splashdown section, which you don't see that on any hyper. You're gonna hear it right over here. Also very smooth, very smooth for an older than 10 years old hyper.
Opened back in 2009. Yeah, they've really done a good job with it.
That's impressive. So now, as you notice, there are markings on the ground. Many people have never been to Kings Island before go, well, what are these markings for, Dylan and Kyle? Well, I know it's very common. If you've been to Kings Island, you know it's a very well-known coaster that's here. It's been around a long time.
1979 to be exact.
And of course, we go to the Beast.
My favorite ride, as you can see on my shirt here.
Which I've been long waiting to do. This is the world's longest wooden roller coaster ever made and everything. So I'm hoping.
Built in-house by Kings Island. There wasn't any big manufacturer that did this thing. All Kings Island's doing right here.
So we're gonna go to the fast lane area here, but I can't wait. This is gonna be really interesting. I hope it's at least either smooth or at least a non-jackhammer ride. That's the main thing I'm hoping for, because you know, I've been on some wooden coasters that can jackhammer and everything, but we'll see what happens. And one thing, I just saw the train roll on by there. I was hoping to get it, but
the original color scheme, they repainted those back two years ago for the 40th anniversary celebration. Back to the original color scheme it opened with in '79.
And the one thing I like too, you get a long way to go before going to that lift hill. So
I think half the ride is just getting up the lift hill.
Oh, of course it is. And it's a good thing why we were doing fast lane. Look at the line. That is impressive. All right, time to ride. So we just got off the Beast, world's longest wooden coaster. So before I say anything, I just want to give a side note, a big shout out to the Kings Island crew that are working over there. They're pretty enthusiastic and they love my Cobra's Curse shirt. That's like the second person that said that. I'm actually very amazed.
I think 2 of them did there.
All right, there you're right.
The guy
2 here.
Then the other ride off, and then that guy in the Diamondback shop.
So kind of want to give a big shout out to those guys. That's unbelievable. I never thought there would be people that would enjoy Cobra's Curtis a lot, but there's some fans here. That is awesome and props. And also, I forgot about these right here, so that's something I never realized. Now for the Beast. We did the very front row, and that was good. That was good. I liked it. I can't imagine how crazy a little more behind it would be. Probably it would jackhammer the absolute you-know-what out of me, but good ride. I think Mystic.
This whole section right here, it used to be filled with water. There used to be a pond.
I remember seeing the pictures of that too. I probably like Mystic Timbers better because of the airtime that was there, but this is still a really good coaster. This is still fantastic.
If only we got to ride. If only we were able to ride it at night. If
yes.
The park would be open until 10 like usual, night ride will absolutely blow your mind.
Absolutely. Like I realized it too when you're on the ride. I said, yeah, I can see why at nighttime it's pretty crazy. So all in all, great ride though. Great ride. Next stop that we're doing on the coasters is gonna be the Backlot Stunt Coaster. A little bit on the mild side, but
it's a launch. That first launch is pretty intense.
So let's get it out of the way right now. So we did a couple things there. We did the antique auto cars, and before that we did Backlot Stunt Coaster, and now we did the racer on the blue side. Kyle, you said that was smooth.
Smoothest it's ever been to me. It felt like a completely new ride. GCI came in during the winter, retracked most of the ride. Feels amazing now.
I was amazed too. I mean, you can see when you're on the ride where the retracking is. Like you can't miss it. It's pretty noticeable. There's like the fresh lumber that was there on the coaster in the certain areas, especially after the first drop and coming into the second. That's pretty impressive. So I know deep down we're having to do the other side because, you know, we got to experience both sides. But overall, pretty good coaster. I'm riding the historical coasters now. It's actually funny.
I have a question for everybody that's ridden this. Do you consider this to be two coasters or what? I've always thought of it as just one with two different trains. So let us know.
Yeah. I've never thought of it as well when you first look at it, because I mean, if like, yeah, you know, the coasters are split, and to be fair, they race a little bit and then they kind of separate. I don't know. It's something to think about, right? Oh, we'll find out though. It's kind of interesting though. So we did Adventure Express, then we did the Bat, and I gotta say the Bat, I liked it better than the Iron Dragon. You had more of the swing, which I think that's what it is when you do an air suspended coaster. You gotta deal with the swing. I gotta say, pretty impressive. Liked it. Only one problem there. Kind of, you know, my knees are kind of hitting the way. This is what happens when you feel the pain of being 6'6" and long-legged. Other than that, good ride though. All right, and the last coaster credit that we're gonna get on here, Vertigo. Oh crap. Should be interesting. Whatever we get is whatever we get, right?
Yep.
So let's do it. So we did Vertigo, we did row 14, which technically is considered the back row.
We started out with a backwards ride. How about that?
And let me tell you, we started off technically going backwards. Let's just say that was pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been on some crazy coasters before, but that's up there. That is up there on the list. Oh man, so we've done every coaster now here.
And it's only, how long have we been here? Like what, 3 hours maybe?
A couple hours at least. So, I can guarantee you, there'll be a few more rides on certain coasters to give a certain opinion on, but I think this will be listed as the craziest of craziest, because man, I have no idea what the hell they were thinking of there.
It was still good. It wasn't...
For a boomerang. Yeah. I'm amazed.
This is a ride that I hardly ever do, so I forgot a lot how it goes, so...
Side note, those restraints are just a what you know what, so it was a good thing we reminded ourselves to keep your head back, because oh boy, I think we could have played pinball there for a second. But yeah, I'm happy we got all the coasters. It's not like when we went to Cedar Point, there's still like 2 more coasters, maybe like 5 more to do.
Well,
so
we go to Cedar Point and half of them are down at one time.
Oh yeah, everything's running today, which is awesome. But don't worry, you'll expect me to get a full review of with the coaster count and everything, and you know, later on, but we'll see though. Next stop for me will be Drop Tower. That'll be interesting to see though. So now that we've done all the coasters, seeing a fountain show that's taking place, kind of walking around International Street right now, and I gotta say, it's really interesting to see how it is now that the people are actually in the park and all. It's actually really awesome. So we're gonna go to guest service real quick because we gotta check something real quick on our pass. Then we're gonna check out the fudge place over here, Sweet Spot. All right, so we are about ready to climb up this tower, 270 feet at least up high. It's gonna be a long way up. Can't wait to see the views. This is some of the views that you're getting from the Eiffel Tower that's over here at Kings Island. I gotta say, what a view all this is, my goodness. Every coaster you could think of that's over here in this park. Part that those balconies, you see the Beast is over in that area there, and down below in that grass, like you mentioned, Kyle, that was all vortex. That is unbelievable.
Still looks weird not seeing it there. That thing took up so much of Coney Mall, and it's just a mainstay here since 1987.
Also noticed too, there was a sundial down below, which I'd never noticed until like the moment we got up here. There you see the Midway, the racer going on by. Flight of Fear, Ryan. Some eateries. Adventure Express. Banshee. Delirium. The Bat. And Vertigo. Front entrance down that way. Drop Tower too. That's crazy. So we took a look at the tower. That was actually magnificent. You get a great view up there. And now we're gonna go into the sweet spot here. Probably gonna try some of the fudge here. I may as well. We're already in International Street. Gotta try something here, right?
Oh, definitely. How can you not?
Let's see what we got here. Got your traditional candies over here. Sour Punch, Nerds, Airheads. Always love Airheads out here. Ooh, some sour candies, Rips. Aftershocks, those are delicious. Pop Rocks. My God. Soda can. Yes, Warheads. Candy heaven right there. Part of me wants to try some of these sours, but I don't know. I know I'm gonna try some of the fudge though. So I normally don't do a lot of food things here, but I got the birthday cake fudge that was over here. Gotta say, wow, that was pretty dang good, man. And point out too, the blocks of fudge, massive, big, grande. Anything you can think of that describes it as big. Really, really good though. Also want to point out, man, that the music that they're playing over here, man, I'm not gonna lie, music you would never think of instrumental and all that, but it's awesome. So pretty neat to say the least. So just wanted to showcase they normally would have a show over here at International Show Place. And then we're gonna look at the gigantic map here.
Where we get on the train?
Right there.
Where? Which train? I see that.
Alright, look, we're right here. Literally right here. So
that's not the train.
right. Where is the train? No, we're trying to get the selfie. There's the train.
I think it's right here.
Yeah,
That's where we get on. Yeah, that's a train taxi.
So we need to go
So if we
right
walk over
here.
there, we should be able to.
No. Alright, this way, this way. Go this way.
So we got to do at least all the coasters around here again one more time, at least with the exception of Vertigo, Adventure Express, and the Beast. But overall, this was a pretty dang good day. I've come to realize Banshee was actually pretty good for an inverted coaster. I'm very, very impressed. So almost done with day one though. Just looking around here real quick and then probably calling it a day. So let's see what else we can look at real quick. And that's it for day one here at Kings Island. What a day this was. Mainly today, just like the Cedar Point part of the first day trip, just get all the rides in we can and kind of go from there. And then day two is gonna be a lot of filming, so can't wait to see how it was. But overall, this was really, really good. Very, very satisfied with the park. And I think in a way, this park made me realize I may get a lot of love with wooden coasters again. We'll see. Hopefully, if Florida makes a really good one, doesn't make it rough and wear out in like 5 years or something. I don't know. So, day one now complete. We will see you for day two of Kings Island. The last of the day trips that will come on by here. And then we'll fly back. So, crazy hard to believe time is flying that quick. So, we shall see you guys later. See you for day two. We'll be back, Kings Island. Alrighty, day two of Kings Island that is here. And the final day of all the parks that we're doing all together. Man, it felt like yesterday we were doing all this there, and now here we are again, just gonna get a lot of footage for today and see how it goes from there. Beautiful day. It's actually already gonna hit the 80s, I can already tell. So let's go out there, have a blast. So of course, got in the park, everything perfectly fine. Literally, I wouldn't say kind of walking, just had to wait like probably a few seconds and then we got in. So we're gonna head on over to Mystic Timbers. That's the early ride that they got going on there, Banshee and Orion. So far I've only heard Banshee going, so hopefully we don't go over 2 on the early opening. So let's head over to Mystic Timbers. So we got off Mystic Timbers and the Beast, and it was funny, right when we got Mystic Timbers, like Beast was about ready to open, so we hopped on, got a front row ride, walk on, beautiful, love it. And I gotta say, the people in Kings Island are pretty colorful today.
Yeah.
Colorful.
Yeah, there's somebody running their mouth, and while they were sitting in the train getting ready to go.
I think they were like the third row. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Cedar Point's better.
And then he gets off, right when we get off the ride, this guy has the nerve to say, oh, well, Mystic Timbers is better. It's like
Blasphemy.
Take this guy, put him in the very back row of the Beast, and just have him ride it like 5 times. That's what this guy deserves.
Jackhammer City.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm thinking, man, this man is bold. All right, so we'll go ahead to Diamondback right now. Just a side note, look at all these older cell phones for Diamondback. Man, outdated. Yikes. I noticed that too. That was pretty funny. All right, time to ride. So we just got off Diamondback, front row. Love the view that you can get on that ride. That's actually awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But
first time I've ever ridden it on the front. Not disappointed one bit.
I'm helping this man get all the front row and back row rides. Ain't that something? Well, minus the Beast, because you know, that would be a good idea.
I do have a back and front row ride on the Beast. I regret the back row ride on that one, but...
So just real quick before we go on to our next ride, as you can see, when you walk into the gift shop of Diamondback, get your photos over here. Sure, keep flying. I just want to showcase some of the things here. So of course they have pins over here.
I have a huge collection of these things. These are really nice.
Some old throwbacks too. Lanyards, sunglasses. Of course, can't forget about the shirts. I think deep down I'm definitely gonna get a Diamondback shirt for sure. You got a Beast hoodie here. It's actually pretty cool. You got a truck with some of the coasters there. Mini basketballs, Kings Island hoodies.
Baseball. It's their Banshee, Beast, Mystic Timbers, Orion.
Photo frames, cups, and
Diamondback, all the big ones on there.
You got Eiffel Towers, Mystic Timbers, Banshee. Whole bunch of shirts over here. They're not afraid to sell merchandise here.
Oh no.
Guys, I want to showcase this. Is actually one of my favorite areas to walk into here because I think like you actually have a good theme to it. And of course, behind there, you get the coaster dynamics of some of the old coasters that are here and current ones too. Actually pretty neat. All right, so we took a pit stop over a place called Tom and Cheese Grilled Cheese and Melts, which also has grilled donuts. I had the barbecue and bacon. I gotta say that was good. That was way better than expected, but man, that hit the spot. That barbecue bacon had grilled cheese, barbecue, and kettle chips on there. So I had that. Kyle didn't want to have any of that, which is perfectly fine. So
I don't know what I'm hungry for. I am hungry though.
we'll see what it be, right? See, I mean, I tried one of the major places, which was Miami River Brew House. That was good. And now the problem is, because I know what the major area is like. Now I want to try some of the smaller stuff. But still, very satisfied with the food, though. Very, very good. So let's check out the next thing, what we'll do before we hop on anything here. All right, Whitewater Canyon. First water ride here today.
My favorite water ride in the park. I think it's the best one they got, at least in the dry part.
And one of 2 in the park, so get great views of Diamondback from here too. And the crazy thing that you see about this here is that you go in a long path right here to get to the ride, so pretty interesting to say the least.
They had to change the entrance around when they built Mystic Timbers too, so.
And the other bit of note too, if you notice, we're walking over train tracks. Very odd way too, to say the least. And great views of Mystic Timbers' first drop too, so that's awesome. Of course, you get Diamondback's turnaround point right over here. And of course you get to see the old building that used to be here, which was a Tomb Raider ride, and the crypt. Very interesting. Also, look at the wood that's mainly used for Mystic Timbers that's here. Look at how much had to be used just from that turn alone. It's impressive to say the least. All right, let's hop on the ride. So we just got off the ride. I gotta say, first off, that's a long pathway to get over here. Gotta great shot of Mystic Timbers right there. Kyle, you got soaked.
I got the worst end of every encounter, it seemed like.
I only got a little bit of it. And of course, what's popular on any water ride, just to showcase, they do have geysers over here. So they have 5 to shoot over here. Then you can shoot all around that's in these areas here. And of course, you get people wet. Tokens being down there too. $1 bill, 2 tokens, so good boy. All right, so we did a train ride earlier and did Shake, Rattle, and Roll, a very cool little flat ride that's there. So just a bit of a side note when I go on here. So Jukebox Diner, one of the places to eat here, if you notice very carefully,
Coming soon.
has a mobile order pickup coming soon. Problem is, you know, if you try to do anything now, well, of course, you can't do anything yet. And that line looks just ridiculous. Woo! So
This is where I had a 2-hour plus wait here when I was here a couple of weeks ago. Probably the worst experience I've had eating here.
So we're gonna try to go over to Coney Barbecue. Hopefully it won't be as bad. The key word, hope. So we'll see what happens. So as mentioned before, pretty sure we did, but we ate at Coney Island Barbecue, which that was pretty good.
Hard to find
Everything there. Let me take a look at some of the merchandise places a little later on. You see a slingshot going off. But we're gonna head somewhere else. We're gonna head over towards Banshee. B&M Invert over there, which I gotta say, ever since I've been riding, I've been very impressed. We're gonna take another ride on it. So swinging a ship down the corner. Oh, let's go. So of course, we're getting ready to take a ride on Banshee, so let's get going. So I just did Drop Tower, and then me and Kyle both did Invertigo and Delirium. Gotta say, Drop Tower is actually really cool, and in Vertigo, I guess we figured out the trick. Just keep your body still and hold on tight.
Yeah, it won't beat the hell out of you if you do that. So
No. I think that's what I've recognized too.
You know how to ride it. It's not a bad ride.
No. And then Delirium, I can say, definitely is a good flat ride. I will give you the benefit of the doubt, Kyle. That was better than expected. So now we're gonna head to the big boy out there, Orion, which you just see a rocket of going up on the lift hill. We're gonna do that in Flight of Fear. Get a little more footage and all that too, but it's unbelievable though. What a day today has been too, and also weather's been kicking up a little bit too. I can tell, feeling it.
They're down there, living somehow in a kind of semi-hibernation-like existence, but able to be engaged. And we're, well, the government is getting knowledge from them with these breakaway rogue intelligence agents.
I think probably this is definitely my favorite area to walk into there, because I'm telling you, it's just beautiful. Of course, you hear the racer going over us pretty soon. And of course, a good bit of shade right here. And there she is, Orion. So we're gonna head to that in Flight of Fear. Do those another time. Let's go. So we did Orion and Flight of Fear. For some reason, Orion back row is pretty smooth, and then Flight of Fear back row. What a crazy experience, my goodness.
We chose to ride the back row of Orion, then they gave us the back row in Flight of Fear. Kind of
Punishment.
in the last couple of days.
That was punishment or something, I don't know. So, just got a couple more things to do because the weather's still kind of hot outside, so probably a little later we're gonna hit the log flume over by the Plant Super here, just at least get some type of wet, and then outside getting the refill probably because I'm getting pretty thirsty. Probably see if we can do Windseeker too, we'll see. But man, that was crazy rides though. I will admit though, I think Orion probably jumped to 1, man. I don't know. That Mystic Timbers, I'm thrown off, I really am. All right, time to do Windseeker. They had this at Cedar Point, didn't get to do it. now you'll be able to do it here at Kings Island. For some reason, I don't know if you noticed it too. It looks like this one's a little smaller than the one at Cedar Point.
I don't know.
It kind of did.
All I know is it's a really relaxing ride. Once you get over how high in the air you really are, that's the biggest issue with the ride. I don't have an issue with the height. So.
Nah, I don't either too. Like it doesn't look like it compared to Cedar Point, but then again, I could be wrong then, right? Who knows? But let's go ahead and do it. So we got off Windseeker.
That was fun.
That was very unique, very smooth. Wasn't like crazy going up there and everything. Then of course when you exit, behind here where Vortex stands. What do you think, Kyle? What do you think they put over where Vortex was?
Oh, that's the $1 million question.
So we'll see what happens.
Heard all kinds of ideas thrown out there, but or maybe a dive coaster, maybe a wing coaster, maybe something completely different. Who knows?
Will it be a record 4th B&M in less than 10 years? We'll find out though, we'll see. All right, last but not least, ready to go on a log flume here. I know we're ready, it is hot out here. That temperature is scorched or something.
A lot hotter than was advertised, at least it feels like it is.
So, time to get a little wet there. All right, let's do it. Well, this is it. Last time of Kings Island for me for 2021. I gotta say, this whole Ohio trip has been unbelievable. I'm absolutely speechless. Both days at Kings Island have been complete. We about done every ride at least once during the 2-day trip, and
Missed a couple of flat rides, but I mean, we got all the major coasters out of the way. And
from the ones that are not even most popular to the ones that are most popular.
yeah.
Only downside, we'll say, I wish it was open later on at night. Then, you know, it's, but you know what they say, it is what it is. But I gotta say, this was a great park. Very happy. I also got my shirts that I brought along, which I'll showcase probably when I get home. So by the time you see this, I probably would already be uploading this, or at least, you know, showing them off, you know, somewhere. But in the meantime, let's just get out of Kings Island. So I just want to say, for myself, Kyle Matthews, thank you very much for tuning on in. We still got at least the final part of the day, which is going to the airports, you know, from Dayton International Airport to Charlotte and then to Orlando and from there. So until then, for the Kings Island portion, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Have a good day. Well, the final day of the vlog coming on by. Unfortunately, kind of not starting off right. It is raining, thundering, and lightning. So yeah, gonna head over to Dayton, and I guarantee you I may get delayed, so that'll be fun. All right, flight 1, heading back home. Dayton to Charlotte, let's go. All right, landed in Charlotte. Got a small little bit time to kill, nothing terribly bad, but actually great to be back in here for once. I remember this place. Now that we're here, get ourselves ready for the flight from Charlotte to Orlando, so let's go. We'd like to point out, if there wasn't such a long line, there's a quick bite. I would have loved to go here, but nope. All right, you're back in MCO. Let's get on home. As you can see, 10:18 p.m. and I'm finally back home. Folks, thank you for tuning in on this awesome trip. I just want to say, first off, for those who've been following ever since the very beginning and what's finally made a reality come true, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is Dillon from WeTheCoasters, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your time, whatever you're doing out there on YouTube and what you're doing out there in general. Until then, goodbye, everybody. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button, hit the bell notification for more future uploads, and of course, please subscribe to the channel of WeTheCoasters. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.